Oh, guys, thank you very much for joining our special webinar today. We are very happy to see all your comments. Please be active today because today there will be many useful information. So I think that it will be good for you to take participation into our dialogues. So a few words about me. My name is Raman Kumar Vyas. I'm Chief Marketing Officer at Coding Invaders. You can find me in our community. I'm also a mentor at 500 Startups. It's the biggest IT accelerator in the world. And before we start, let's check our sound. Please tell us about yourself. Tell us if you hear us correctly. Please say a few words about your background and so on. Let's continue. So the length of today's webinar is not more than 2 hours. We have an unlimited question and answer session, so you can ask us anything in terms of your future career, in terms of your passion to learn, in terms of data analytics and IT sphere, because today we're going to tell you about the easiest way to enter the IT world, the easiest way to become a data analyst, one of the most demanding professions in the IT world, not only in India, but in the world. So please share your opinion or feedback in the poll under the chat, because we like to receive feedback, and of course come to study with us. There will be a lot of possibility to do this. So please, before we start, answer one question. Why did you join our webinar today? Please post please post one of 4 letters. First, letter 1, just to listen to the webinar with no goals. 2 is I want to study and looking for courses. 3, I want a new profession in IT. And 4, I'm already studying, want to expand my horizons. It will help us to make, it will help us to make more personalized content and more useful content for you today. So let me wait for your responses. So 1 is if you just would like to listen to the webinar with no goals. 2 is if you want to study and looking for courses. 3 is if you would like to start a new profession in IT. And 4 is for you're already studying, just want to expand your horizons. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see that. So what we will discuss today. First of all, we're going to go deep into the data world for your better understanding. What is data? What data science consists of? What is data analytics? How to start career in data analytics, skills and requirements for entry-level positions. We also have a fireside chat with the hiring manager about a career in data. We have invited a hiring manager from the real company, and you can ask him any question. So, and today we will tell you about how to become a data analyst in 6 months with no coding skills, with no statistics knowledge, and so on. So our today's guest is Aditya Joshi, who is a senior data scientist at Birlasoft, and he was working also as Accenture. Great guy. I believe you love him. So not long ago, guys, to get the job of your dream, you needed to study for at least 15 years, school plus college plus university. And to get a job of your dream, you need this dream to be also the dream of your parents, because so many people in India really choose their career and choose their university because of the dream of their parents. So who started studying his professions because their parents wanted them to do so? I actually did this because my father wanted me to become a banking guy, to study in finance. That's why I was graduated from the financial university. So if you decided to change your profession, for example, you would like to become an IT engineer or data scientist, so what would you do? For me, right now, if we're talking about my story, it took me 8 years to become a digital marketing manager, because I completely didn't want to be a banking person. I hate banks. I really didn't like to deal with all this banking system, and it was so boring. So I I bought like a very big number of books of marketing, and I tried to study marketing by myself, and it took me like 6 or 7 career transfers and more than 8 years to become a digital marketing manager finally. So not long ago we all had this problem, and you couldn't find a job if you had no relevant experience. And thanks God, there right now in the IT sphere we have a professions that is required only skills that you have that you have in different courses. So what if we take an education based on the real cases, uh, if we mix it with full support plus mentorship from your teachers, and what if we add here some career center and a job guarantee? Because right now, everybody understand the situation. You do not need your education just to be a clever guy. You need to educate yourself to get a job, to get a well-paid job, or to get a well-paid job, to get a perspectives. So we decided to combine education based on the real cases, full support 24/7, and mentorship, because the main difference between mentor and the teacher is that the teacher has like lots of students, and the aim of teacher is just to give the content, to educate like everybody, and the goal of mentor is to track your own path, to educate you, to be to be sure that you have learned the material. So this is the main difference between mentor and teacher. And of course, we need an education to be successful in the career. So the career center is like a necessary thing that you should have inside your courses. So that's why we built our coding invaders, our school that teach job ready skills. Because in the universities, usually the teachers teach you with not job ready skills, with theoretical part of industry, the theoretical part of science. When you're trying to educate yourself, then you usually do not have any job ready skills, and it's not easy to learn because you need to collect all the data from different sources, from YouTube blogs, from podcasts, from Google search, and so on. The colleges is usually a bit easier to learn than universities, but they still do not give you a coding, do not give you a job ready skill. So we decided to build our educational platform to give you job ready skills, and our main goal was to educate every person. I mean, from any profession. If you would like to become a data analyst, then you can just go to Coding Invaders and receive all necessary information about this field of study. So the college and universities usually takes 3 to 5 years education, and after that you have you have to spend like half of a year or a year of seeking a job. If you self-study, then you can shorten your education, and you can spend like 1 or 2 years of education, and it still takes you more than 1 year to seek to find a job. And in Coding Invaders, we give you 6 months of education plus 3 months with a job guarantee. So, and we will cover it a bit later, because our course provide you with a job guarantee. If you join our course, then after the course has passed, we guarantee that you will find a job, and if not, we will completely get you a full refund. So this is our promise. And now let me pass the microphone to my colleague to the co-founder of Coding Invaders, to Alexander Turilin, who will handle today's practical part. Yeah, please stay till the end of the webinar, because there will be a lot of practice. Today, you will see what a job of data analyst looks like on the real cases. So, Alex, please continue.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much, Roman, for such a great introduction. I'll take the screen share now. So thank you so much. My name is Alex. So I have been doing this for more than 10 years now, and it's my privilege to talk to you guys today. So first of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit about us, to tell us our story, because you shared information about you. So let me return the favor and tell a few things about us. So why we're doing what we're doing. So basically, me personally, I have started my first company in 2011. It was called Skill Factory, and we were teaching IT skills there. It was my first business. It was my first education business. I have been doing education in a company called Cisco before, but frankly, it was my first kind of experience in business. So we made a lot of errors. We made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of things that we did wrong. We were not very good in doing business, but what we were trying to do is to actually understand how to teach people IT skills well. So we did teach them well, but we were not very good at business. So that's why after 3 years and teaching 10,000 students, we needed to close. We needed to close because the business side was not doing really well. But it was one of the first experience of online education in Europe at this time. So then I decided to create another company, and it was called U Professions Lab, where I realized that a great way to actually go into the IT profession is data science and data analytics. So, and then we also wanted to understand how to teach people in the way that they got a job. So this was the core problem that we tried to solve, and we did really well. We did really well because we had like offline classes, and we could really kind of try to make our methodics perfect. In the end of the day, we were really successful because like majority of people, like more than 95% of people got employed. But the problem was that teaching offline was difficult because it couldn't scale. So we could serve tens of people at a time, but it was really impossible to teach like everybody who wanted to get a job and get the skills. So in the end, combining all those skills, I decided to create another company called Skill Factory. Actually, it was another. I decided to return to the initial brand name, and it was now I combined everything that I knew at this time. It was really, really successful because we could reach thousands of people online, and we could do it really well. We could employ people, and in the end of the day, we taught so far more than 22,000 students all over the world from more than 40 countries, including India, actually. And this is the biggest school of data science in Europe. It has more than 50 specializations. So we teach everything from IT, software development, and others, other skills. Actually, I wanted to, Roman, can you please tell in a few words our education philosophy? I think you have a great way of saying it. So, and I will take the mic after that. and
Yes,
feel.
yes, with pleasure, with pleasure. We have developed our own education technology, and it is actually our main it's actually our main advantage because sorry. Yeah, because you can learn only in-demand skills, no coding skills and no statistics and no math skills are really required. So everybody can join us. Your background and your portfolio, it doesn't matter for us actually. So we combine a theoretical part that consists of reading, watching the video, and making homework and consulting with our mentors and with our tutors. We have developed a real life cases for you. So we invited some bright minds from Indian IT companies that will completely share all the data with you, so you will receive a portfolio, a great portfolio by the end of the course. So it is not only a theoretical part. So there will be a real cases that you will be able to attach to UCV after you end this our courses. So, and there will be a simulator that will allow you to test your skills on the real data. So this is.
Thank you so much. It's great. Thank you so much. So actually, this is exactly what we came up with. So after, I think, more than 10 years of trial and error of really teaching thousands of students, we realized what the best way to actually train people for the job is to get them some sort of internship simulation that will put them in the position that as if they are doing this job. And this is the way actually people get the skills, right? So when you have really kind of job tasks, you learn the in-demand skills, you build a portfolio, and you actually train to pass the interview. This is, from our experience, the most successful way to actually get a job in a short time. It's very effective, and it actually can be combined with a full-time job. So I wanted to tell you our story to understand that what we're doing right now, we have come the long way actually to find the format that is going to actually work. So to tell you a little bit details, so basically how it actually works. So in order to kind of get the skills and get everybody prepared and get everybody employed, we use several formats. First of all, most important part is real projects. So basically, if you want to get a job, you need to have a lot of experience solving some real world tasks. So in this case, in this way, our course is based on the real projects from the industry. Also, we have weekly practice. So it's like a simulator when you have like experience of working in a real job. I will show you a little bit later how it looks. And you have a lot of tasks that you actually do to practice the skills that you learned. We also have webinars. It's like webinars with a real teacher, where it's very interactive. You can ask your questions, and it's very important part of the course. And also we have weekly stand-up that we call masterminds. So basically, it's some sort of supportive group where you can actually talk to our mentors and to your peers and share your kind of progress, what problems you have. So in this way, you are never alone. You always have your group around you, and you always have a mentor who helps you. You have our support team who actually helps you with a lot of questions. So this is a way that will guarantee that in 6 months you really get the skills, and you will not get stopped in the way when you don't know something on you, or you lost motivation. So this is why this format is so effective. So basically, let me show you how it looks. So this is an example of a recording of a webinar. So this webinar actually went. So this is the last batch. So it's the most fresh batch that we got this week. So this is a recording of a webinar when a teacher actually explains you how to perform data analysis. So now they're have Excel. So we start with the basic data analytics skills and then move forward later to other skills. I will tell you more about it later. So, and the whole format of the course is actually very interesting because the course actually is a sort of kind of computer game when you are like work as a data analyst in a real company and you have a friend who helps you out and you have a lot of exercises that is done in a form of a real project. So basically, you not only get the skills, but you actually understand how data analytics company work, what are the projects over there, and it's all in a very interesting format that will keep you motivated throughout the 6 months. And this, I think, is also very important. So this is more or less how it looks. You have a lot of exercises here. For example, you need to go to spreadsheets, do a lot of calculations, and solve the real problem. For example, this is a data set from e-commerce company. That's a real data set, and you need to kind of this like real data that you got, and you need to create some reports, some analytics based on this data, and by doing this, learn the skills and get experience in the profession. So this is how it actually looks. So let's move forward then. Another important part is employment guarantee. So basically, that's why I explained you all the process, all the formats on the step. We can guarantee that everybody who gonna finish this course, who gonna actually learn the skills and put in the effort, will have our guarantee that we will help them find employment. So basically, we will help you find employment, or we will refund 100% of tuition fee. And we have a great hiring partners here in India who actually kind of hire a lot of junior level, fresh level analysts, and basically this is how it's going to work. So basically, we will help you build your portfolio, we'll help you create a great CV, we'll train you how to pass interviews, and then later we will connect you to the employers or will help you in your job search so that you will have employment. Because basically, why grown-up people would go and spend time and money on education, I think the main goal of the education is employment, and this is our main goal. So also I wanted to tell a few things about the faculty. So basically, we really gathered great minds or in data analysts and data scientists who actually work as a data guys every day, and they are not like academic professors. So they are people who are really doing this every day, and that's, I think, very important that you will study from the best people who are actually kind of experts in their field, who are working with their hands with the data. So this is these are guys from head of data science analytics at Directly, data science guys from Citibanks, from various analytics agencies like Fractal Analytics, on Jill, Z5, and other people. So basically, it's just a short version of the faculty. Actually, there's much more people involved, and we are feel really privileged and proud to have these people on board, and these people will actually teach you how to do this. So this is what I wanted to tell a few things about ourselves, so you understand what we do and why we do it and what's our goal, right? So now I want to change the topic and move to the next thing that I think is very important, is how actually to break into data analytics. Because I think that's a question that is of big interest to you guys, so I'd like to explain you. So first of all, I'd like to ask you guys the following. Why do you think data science is so popular? So what's your opinion? Please write your answers to chat. I'm really interested to know what's your take on this. So basically, why do you think everybody is talking about data science and this is such a hot topic? Please write your answer in the chat. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Oh, great. You have great answers. That's great. So basically, you are saying all the right things, that there's a lot of data, that you can make the decision based on facts. It helps with the strategy. That's completely correct. Large data set generated every day. Exactly. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I have such a great audience, and really you're really motivated, and about this field already. So basically, then I can ask you another question. So let's imagine we have two versions of a website, right? Version number A is to the left, and version number B is to the right. So can you tell me then which version has a higher conversion rate? So basically, which version attracts more customers? So if we show like 50% of customers, version number A to the left, and 50% of the customers, version to the right, B, which version would attract more customer? Can you please say your answer to the chat? A or B? What do you think? Okay, I have a lot of answers. A, left, A, left, right, left, A. So I have like with a big lead, the version number A wins. But the truth is that the B version actually has a higher conversion rate. So the version number B of the site attracts more customers than number A. So why do I tell you this? Because if you make decisions in business based on your intuition, you actually lose a lot of opportunity. That's why you should look at the data. You should test this hypothesis. And if you test it and you get real facts, it actually gets you a lot of value for the company. This is one simple example in which proves and shows you the power of the data. So that's why businesses now is really changing the way they make decisions. So now more and more companies become data-driven. Basically, this process, and you actually said it right, that we have a lot of data, but this process started not today, not yesterday. So it has been like a lot of time has passed since this approach become so popular as it is now. It all started with a very simple data. As you can probably remember that in the 80s, in the end of 80s, most of you were not even born at this time. There were like data and storage was really scarce. So basically, I remember that my older brother used to kind of bring computer game on a disk, and he put it inside computer, and it contained 1 megabyte, and it was a lot of storage at this time, and we could play a game from the disk because the computer game couldn't get installed on the computer because there was no memory. So basically, we started from this point, and then memory and processing power became cheaper. Now we got CD, then we got like large storages, we got DVD, and etc., etc., etc. We got servers, cloud servers, and stuff like this. And then somewhere in this time, internet companies like Google, they realize they have enormous amount of data. And that's how they started building their business on the data, because they could know everything. Basically, they didn't have to guess. They have like data about, Google had the data about all the search in the world. And it could easily make a lot of great decisions, for example, which advertisement to show to you, right? So based on what things do you search on the Google, it can show you relevant information. Then Amazon, Facebook, and all the companies like this, they developed very sophisticated algorithms to use to actually analyze data real well and real time. So for example, when you come to Amazon, it shows you, for example, some of the items that are really similar to the items that you bought, like recommendation. And these recommendations become better. And companies make enormous amount of money on the quality of their recommendation, on the quality of the decision that they made. But before, only internet companies could use it. But now these technologies, they become very cheap. So storage become very cheap. All the technologies are free to use right now. And that's why a lot of companies, like in various fields, started to use data science and data analytics extensively. And that's why there is such a big need for data scientists. So basically, data scientists are the guys who help these companies make a lot of money, make great decisions, and that's why this is so popular right now. So basically, this is the story. So in the core of this process, what is this sophisticated algorithm is about? This algorithm is called machine learning. So basically, machine learning is the algorithms that helps computer make very smart decisions. So that's why things like recommendation that I told you, self-driving cars, a lot of research in cancer, and other like intelligent assistants who can speak natural language and stuff like this, they are based on machine learning. So let me say a few things. What is machine learning? So machine learning is actually quite simple. It helps machine predict results based on incoming data. So basically, if you have a lot of data, if you have, for example, you want to detect a spam message. So you have an email service provider, like a Gmail or I don't know, some other, and you want to detect if some message is a spam or not. So basically how it works, you have to show a machine a lot of examples of spam messages, and that's how it will learn that spam messages are similar to other messages like this. For example, you want to forecast stocks in the financial market, find a lot of data about price history, and that's how machine learning works. It basically it is an algorithm that works with a huge amount of data and can learn based on this. And this will lead us to a big, actually, breakthrough. So right now we are in the process of the revolution of AI, because we have so many data, the storage is so cheap, and the technologies actually are free. So we can use AI in various fields that we didn't think was possible before. So a great researcher in artificial intelligence and machine learning, Andrew Ng, he says that AI is a new electricity. And right now, we are in the process of this revolution, and it means that in the following decades, there will be a lot of businesses who's going to be built on this technology. And they would require a lot of engineers who they would need to actually implement AI algorithms in various fields, in healthcare, transport, government. Every field that you know will be transformed by this trend. And what is important, when there is a gold rush, the guys who are actually kind of selling the tools are the guys who are very important. That's why the engineers who actually kind of make this transition will be needed in in this new field of AI. So now there is a problem with the situation. So of course we understand that data scientist is a great career, right? Because it is, but it brings a lot of value to the company. People really pay a lot. You can do great stuff, interesting projects. So the question is, how can you become a data scientist, and what is the problem? What is the bottleneck? Why not everybody will run and become data scientist tomorrow? So there is a bottleneck. The bottleneck is that you need to be able to code. So if you don't know how to code, it will be very hard to become a data scientist. That's the reality. Because right now the competition becomes tougher and companies require data scientists to actually be able to write some level of code, which is not minimal. So what do you do if you can't code? Because many people don't have this background, they don't have this experience, they were not kind of in the university, they didn't study computer science. They study something, as Roman said, that their parents wanted them to study. And now you want to change into the computer science, into the data science. So you need to be able to learn to code. What do you do? So basically, there is a life hack for you. So you can start with data analytics. So if you start with data analytics, it is a great way to get into data science profession, because to become a data analyst, it requires less time, actually. The entry requirements are less strict. So you can start with a small kind of amount of knowledge with less skills. It's actually a great job. It pays rather well and it's interesting. Also, you will learn basics of data analytics skills there, which is the foundation of data science, and you can upgrade to the data scientist role later. So basically, and many people who are in this, who are data scientists now, who have like lead great projects, interesting projects, they started as a data analyst, and this is a great way to get into this profession. So this is, if you get one recommendation from this webinar, it's this: start with data analytics. It's a great way for you to do it. So basically, and what these data analysts do, for example, they help companies make sense of the data and make better decisions. For example, they help sales team to have like a regular reports analyzing which manager sold more, which manager sold less, and what is some patterns in this. And this they create like beautiful sales report. Another example is, for example, they work with the BI tools and create interactive dashboards, very beautiful dashboards like this. This is made in a tool called Tableau. This is also some kind of a job for a data analyst. So this is what they do every day. So good question. What do you need to become a data analyst? So basically, to become a data analyst, you need only two things. You need tech skills that would actually you will be able to have manipulation with the data, to work with the data, and you have analytical skills. So basically, analytical skills, people tell about it less than the tech skills. So there is a lot of articles on the internet that says, in order to become a data analyst, just learn Excel, Python, and you are good to go. This is actually not true. You actually need to be able to analyze the data, to make sense of the data, to make reports, to make kind of find patterns in the data and stuff like this. So these analytical skills are very, very important. And especially for the junior position, people like make choice for those people who have greater analytical skills. So it's a great advantage, and it's really necessary to get the job as a data analyst. So what skills are most important? So starting from tech skills, first you need to know Excel really well. It's still tool number one for data analytics. So you need to learn it really, know it really well. You need to have to know SQL, language of working with the databases. You need to know some sort of a BI tool like Power BI or Tableau. You need to be able to use Python for data analysis. It's not the same as software development, but still some knowledge of Python is will give you a good edge in the job search. And you have to know basics of statistics, have to make sense of the data. If we speak about analytical skills, you really need to be able to analyze the data that you have to be able to choose the right metric, have to be able to find insights in the data, create a model that explains what's going on in the data, do experiments or A/B tests, and make recommendation to the business managers who actually require to analyze this data. So this is more or less the skills that you need to have. Which companies need data analysts? We a little bit covered it. So every company, absolutely every company, especially if it's not like a really small company, needs data analytics. There is a lot of needs in finance, in sales. I showed you the sales report. In business consulting, of course, data analysts are key people in consulting companies. All the tech companies run on data. So absolutely all the tech companies have a lot of data scientists, data analysts. These teams are huge. Marketing and communications become data-driven. So in order to analyze what advertisement works, what advertisement doesn't work, you need to analyze the data. Insurance companies, of course, have tons of data and have to make a lot of decisions. Actually, agriculture is becoming more and more data-driven. There is a lot of data over there, and it's growing like crazy. So a lot of companies, especially in India, has a need for data analysts in agriculture. Sports, hello cricket lovers out there, requires a lot of data analysis in the media and inside the teams actually to analyze how to do the training well, how to win. In the entertainment field, hello Netflix lovers, here there is a lot of data, and of course startups, because startups have to compete with the big companies and they need to have smart decisions, and startups hire data analysts like crazy. So all the companies actually in every field need data analysts. So there is a huge demand for this profession. So right now I wanted to ask my team to invite our guest for today. His name is Aditya. So let me see if he is going to join right now. So let me tell a little bit about him while he is joining. So Aditya. Aditya is a data scientist, and he will tell you more about where he works right now. But actually, he's working with the data every day, and he also came a long way in his profession. So he will tell you everything about his journey. And actually, you can ask him questions that you like. So please, if you have questions, it will be great for you to ask them in the chat so that he will be able to answer. Oh, yeah, here he is. He joined us. So let's wait a couple of seconds for him to join the video. So.
Hey, hi Alex.
Hey. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So thank you so much for joining us today. So we have a lot of people who are live right now. So let me share a few things about them. So these are aspiring data analysts and data scientists from India, who just in the beginning of the journey, they're only thinking about joining this field. So they will be really beneficial for them to talk to you and to hear about your journey and to understand what the journey did you come through, and also some of the insights about this profession. But first, I'd like to ask you, can you share how you actually became a data scientist, or what was your journey like?
Yeah. So basically, I started with my career back in 2014, and it was not in data science current initially. So I started with ETL technologies like Informatica and all. So also I got into data testing, ETL testing, some kind of that. But the real journey started I would say 2016, when I was dealing with this data for a telecom client, and I was wondering what this data might be used for down the line. So the
Mm-hmm.
purpose of the data was not clear to me, but I was wondering what this particular data is used for. So I got in touch with some analytics manager on the client side. So
Mm-hmm.
he let me know that it's being used for analytics when we move that data, when that data is migrated to a particular database, then it's consumed on the for the analytics purpose. And after
Mm-hmm.
analytics, it's also used for machine learning purpose or for predictive modeling. So that sparked an
Mm-hmm.
interest in me, and then I started learning myself different tools and techniques which are related to machine learning. So at that time in 2016, the field was just catching up in India. It was not a very, I would say, a very matured kind of field.
Mm-hmm.
Today as well, it's not that matured. It's evolving continuously, and customers or the clients are getting adapted to that particular technology. So at that time I learned that myself, and also did some internal trainings and some certifications, and did some POCs myself, did some projects also. Later on I made a switch to Birlasoft, where I'm currently working. So here also I got a lot of projects to work on for different clients. So yeah, that's a journey. That's my journey actually. And like for becoming a data scientist, I would say the most important thing is you should understand the kind of data that you are dealing with, or you should have an inherent data analysis skill in you.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the data itself, you should be able to figure out what kind of methodology you can apply to make the best use of this historical data. That's the
Okay,
most important thing.
can I ask you then? Can you tell me a little bit about your job now? So, what problems do you work on? So, what do you have to deal with your job like every day?
Yeah, so there are like variety of use cases or problems that are faced by the customers, and their main focus is on automation through machine
Mm-hmm.
learning. So one of the problems that I
Mm-hmm.
solved was for a manufacturing client, but it was for their information security team.
Mm-hmm.
So the motto was they wanted to automate classification of the outbound mails from their particular company.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I'm an employee of Birlasoft or some company, and I'm sending out mails to different domains like Google.com or Yahoo.com. So there might be a
Mm-hmm.
possibility that I might leak some data, like some
Mm-hmm.
sensitive data outside the organization. So they wanted to build like a machine learning model in place, so it can
Mm-hmm.
classify this particular mails into either blacklist or whitelist. And
Mm-hmm.
but they earlier used to do this on a manual basis. There was a manual expert who would go through all the mail alerts and all. So there
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of time gap happening, because
Mm-hmm.
suppose I leaked some information today, and one
Yeah.
week the manual expert would take 1 week to figure out that particular that event had happened, and
Mm-hmm.
the damage was already done, right? So
Yes.
there should be a particular solution which would get a real time or near real time classification of these particular email alerts. So that's where
It's really interesting.
yeah
It's
that's
really
where
like a I don't know, like a detective, right? Who helps
yeah
machine to find the bad guys, and it's really
exactly.
interesting. And can you? So if you were asked to explain what you do to your grandmother, how would you do it?
I didn't get that.
So basically, if you somebody asks you,
Okay,
how
okay,
do you
okay.
explain what you do to your grandmother? in
Like I
very
would
simple
explain
terms?
in terms of a baby learning. It's baby learning in a school, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do in machine learning is we feed the data to the model. We feed historical data to to the model, and the model learns. So more data the model has, more mature it would be. So similarly, like similar to in a fashion, like a baby going to a school or a child going to a school, he is in the first grade and second grade. He advances, right? So he gets fresh information now and then, and his model, his particular neural network model gets advanced, and he learns more and more things, similar to a
Okay.
machine learning model. So there's an analogy in that also. So
Okay.
I always explain in that terms only, like a baby learning in a school.
Maybe learn in school. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because there's a lot of hype around data science, and sometimes it's really beneficial to explain it in really really simple terms, so
Yeah,
that
exactly.
a wide audience would understand and really understand what's in the core of it, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and so can you share your kind of experience in the interviews with on the data science or even data analytics position? So basically, what do people need? So what do they ask? So what's the experience of a person who's looking for a job in data science? So what is how it looks like from a potential employee side? So what employers want?
Yeah, so I will tell you 2 years back, like when I switched to Birlasoft, uh, there was a huge boom at that time. Like it was a kind of a huge boom at that time of as related to data science, and at that time there the expectations were not very high as compared to now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the interviews were like, what projects have you done, and if even if you had done some simple POCs or regression classification kind of simple
Mm-hmm.
models, even then you could land a job in a company, because at that time the expectation were not high, and
Mm-hmm.
the talent in machine learning data science was also limited, quite limited. So there was huge demand but less supply. But
Mm-hmm.
now what I'm seeing is the adaptation of this machine learning technology is very high, even in banking sector, or even in, because
Mm-hmm.
banking sector is something which is very shy of using these machine learning
Mm-hmm.
models, because many of the
Mm-hmm.
models are black box, and they can't
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
explain how the results are
Mm-hmm.
calculated or something like that. But currently the expectations are a bit higher, and the employers also expect you to be good in coding, your coding skills. So I have
Mm-hmm.
also given interviews lately, and I had to share the screen and code Python code everything what they give you a use case from a Kaggle data set or something, and you have to code the things, so that they know that this guy has actually done the work over here. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's a huge I would say a boom now also, like it's a buzzword. So people know,
Mm-hmm.
or the people, candidates who are willing to switch their jobs into data science, they are really looking forward to getting into this. So but the important thing is that you should be very thorough on the basics of data science. Like I have
Mm-hmm.
seen people, I also taken interviews for my company, and I have seen people who know about NLP and deep learning, but when asked about what is linear regression, they can't really, or what are the assumptions of linear regression, they can't answer. So that should not be
Okay.
the case. The basics should be very clear to you, like what are the
Mm-hmm.
optimizers, like what is gradient descent, and something like that. So starting from the first principles is very important, rather than directly going to the buzzwords like NLP or deep learning or computer vision. Because the thing is, the codes are readily available on the internet, but to make sense of those codes is very important.
Okay.
uh, so I would say stick with the basics, and the coding really helps if you have great ability to code. And one great thing is that you should try to code the SQL APIs yourself. Try to code at
Mm-hmm.
least, because that's very important. In one of the interviews, one interviewer asked me to code a decision tree. So
Okay.
decision tree from scratch. So
Okay.
those are things, because most of the people, what they do is they use the APIs, right? SQL and APIs and all. It's okay, like in some cases it's enough, and SQL and APIs really help. TensorFlow, Keras, they really help. But in some companies or some organizations where they are they use custom loss function, they are customized kind of algorithms. So what helps is you have, if you have a kind of deep understanding of what's happening in the base level, it will be really easier for you to scale up and deal with the more complicated problems.
Okay, that's good. So I was starting with some questions from the chat. Very popular question, very common question is, so there is people from different backgrounds. For example, we have a person, actually, can you first tell about your background? So what's your kind of education? What's your basic education?
So I did my bachelor's in engineering in mechanical engineering. So it's quite
Mm-hmm.
unrelated to this field, but yeah, I did. I'm a mechanical engineer by education, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's everything is interrelated. So in also in automotive domain, I'm currently working in automotive domain for automotive client. So over there also data analytics plays a major role now, because on the shop floors also, or the work in the manufacturing sector also. So it's all interrelated. It's not like if I'm a mechanical engineer, or if I'm a civil engineer, it's I can't go in this field. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm a
And what?
mechanical engineer.
Yeah, that's we have a lot of actual mechanical engineers out there and people from other fields. So, what your recommendation would be, like, from a person who is not from computer science background, not from data science background, how to kind of get into this field?
I would say there are so many resources on the internet today, on YouTube, on I would say there are so many blogs which are available, which really provide you with the kind of pathway to become a data scientist, or at least
Mm-hmm.
get the basics
Yeah.
right. Like there are, like Medium is one of the good sites which provides a lot of articles. Then there's Analytics Vidya, which provides good articles, and on YouTube also there are so many channels available. So everything is at your disposal. So the thing is that you should we should make the proper usage of that. Every
Mm-hmm.
resource is at our end, but it's scattered. The thing is that it's scattered everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be able to connect the dots everywhere. So do a kind of solid kind of planning, like what we want to learn, and also focus on the programming skills, because they really come handy. And uh, for programming, I would say for data science, Python is the most favorite language apart from R,
Mm-hmm.
and Python is really easy to grasp. So I would say start with Python, and refer articles that are present on different portals. So that's not hard actually.
So,
I
what
didn't
from
do a
your
degree.
perspective? From your perspective, it's not impossible because many people think that if you have like some other background, so data science is forbidden for you or data analytics.
No, no, it's not impossible at all. It's not impossible, because I haven't done any degree in data science as such. It's all
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
practice, and it's all from self
Mm-hmm.
study. So don't think
Mm-hmm.
that if you don't have a degree or don't have a computer background, you can't go there. Because even in job applications also, they don't really care about your degrees. They only care about your experience. So it's
Mm-hmm.
earlier it used to matter that if you have a degree of computer science, only then you can apply to this job or that job.
Mm-hmm.
But now
Mm-hmm.
that limitation is not there. So I
Okay.
guess what you are today, that only matters, and your experience matters.
Okay. Thank you so much. And it's a good encouragement for a lot of people out there
Yeah.
who just want to join this field, but they have like fears and stuff like this.
Mhm.
And there is a question: what's different between data analyst and data scientist? How can you explain the difference?
Basically, data analyst, what a data analyst mostly does is he's involved in descriptive analysis of the data. Like he only makes or derives some insights of the already available data. And what a data scientist mostly does, he does predictive modeling. He looks into the future, like tries to find the values or predict the values in the future. So the main difference is that data scientist does predictive modeling, and a data analyst does a descriptive kind of analysis, like figuring
Mm-hmm.
out
Mm-hmm.
the insights from visualizations, or applying some statistical techniques like central tendency, like mean, median, something like that. But he doesn't do predictive modeling. He doesn't do kind of forecasting and all. That's the major difference.
Okay, okay, that's clear. Thank you so much. And I have a question. So, what's your professional dream? So, in a way, so because you're in a very interesting field. So like in the ideal scenario, what would be your kind of dream you want to achieve in the professional development?
I would say I want to be a full stack kind of data scientist or full stack kind of developer who is not limited to data science or machine learning, but who is able to figure out right from like a product mentality. I would say I want to have a product mentality or product kind of product thinking, you might call it. So right from requirements gathering, I want to create a product which caters to the machine learning technologies, but also its deployment, then the front end design, then the back end design. So currently it's like I'm a machine learning guy, and the front end work, a UI designer does that, then deployment or DevOps engineer does the DevOps things. So personally I feel that I should be able to do all those things end to end. That's my professional thing,
Well,
I would say.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So I think we got like run out of time. So thank you so much. It's been great to hear your story, your experience. So probably the last question, what would be your one advice you get to the people who are only in the beginning of the journey? Or probably what would be one advice you give to yourself when you were starting in the beginning of your journey? So from what you know now, so what would you say to yourself in the past? What would be your one advice?
uh, Only two words: continuous learning. That's very important, continuous learning. So for a machine learning model itself, also continuous learning helps. For a human, also continuous learning helps. So don't stop. Learn everything, like learn new things continuously, daily, on a daily basis, I would say. If you learn continuously, no one you will never find an issue with your career, or say any competition or anything. You should always upskill yourself, learn continuously. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I can say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much. So I want to thank you
Welcome.
for coming to our event and wish you good luck with your
My pleasure.
job and achieving this
Thank you.
professional goal of becoming full stack person. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
So, bye. Well, right now, we will go back to our presentation. So those, if you have some questions that we still have, so please post them in the chat. We'll try to answer every question that you ask. So right now, I would like to pass the mic to Roman. So now we are preparing for the practice hour. So before we do that, I would like to
Yeah, a few words, guys. Few words, guys, because before we start, please unshare your screen, Alex, so I can share my. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for so many questions. And right now we're going to announce you. Oh, I'm still cannot share. Yeah, right now it's okay. So right now we're happy to announce you with the price of our course before we start our practical lesson. So the usual price for our course, because we have upgraded it, is 8,750 rupees per month. But right now there is a 20% discount, so you can pay only 7,000 rupees per month with our 12 months EMI. So the full amount of our course is 84,000 rupees, and only for today's participant you can reserve now. And please, my colleagues, I kindly ask you to post a link for our course, so you can leave your request. And if you leave a request for our education before tonight, you will have this 30% discount. So on our website, please click on the link. Just one second. Let me just check if the link is there. Here it is, guys. So here is the link in our chat. So you can click on the link and register on our webinar. Yes, here it is. So cool. You need to scroll down. You need to scroll down the website, and there will be a form. So please just leave your phone number or your email address, and our experts will call you tomorrow to answer all your questions, to tell you more about our course, to answer all your questions regarding what if I have a different background, if I do not have coding skills, what should I do, and so on. Every type of any type of questions, we know answers on them, because we have developed our practice for those people who would like to start from zero, from scratch. So no math, no coding experience required, and no statistics are required. As I mentioned, we focus on practice. So we will have 10 projects and several simulators that will be integrated into our course. So you will be able not only watching videos just like our competitors always do, but you will be able to implement all your all new information that you have based on real projects. So it is cheaper and shorter compared to other courses in the market, because our competitors always think that if they make a long course, then it will allow them to raise the price. So we're not about it. We know that the main goal of education is to teach you with the job ready skills and to find you a job. So that's why we built a career center inside our company, and that will help you to get a job. If not, then you will get a complete refund. This is our promise, and we fix it in the agreement. So you sign an agreement once you enter our course, in which these conditions are mentioned. So please leave your request. Remember that you have only a few hours to do this before tonight. So there is a great possibility for you to receive a personal consultation and to join us, because our first batch are already studying. Yes, we have almost all 10 marks, and that's great. That's fantastic, and we have taught more than 20,000 students in Russia and in Europe. So that's why we know what we are talking about, and that's why we provide you with a job guarantee, because we are sure that our content is job oriented and practice oriented. So now let's start our practice hour then. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask my team to share in the chat the link to the guide. So basically, here is the guide, Code Innovators Guide. So basically, let me share with you this information. So wait till it's gonna appear in the chat. So I'll ask my team to share it, and you will be able to. Oh yeah, here it is. So it's in the chat. So I'll ask my team to share it, so you can press on this, and you will get to the practice guide. So let me first, until I present you the story that we with the project. So first, I'd like to ask you to go to the Metabase, which is like our tool for today we're going to use. So this practice is going to be made on SQL, so it's a structured query language, which is one of the most important tools of a data analyst. And we're going to try and practice it today together. So first of all, your job is to go to this link, go to this URL. You will get to the Metabase, and you have to use login and password in order to get there. Please do it now, so that we can start really practicing and talking about the case that we are solving today. You don't need to have a Metabase, it's online. So basically, you have to press this link and go to this link, and you will find Metabase there. and then you have to log in, use login and password to get inside. I will wait for just several seconds for you guys to get there. So actually, it's in the doc as you can see it now. So here is the details for you to join the Metabase. Please go there, and we would have an opportunity. Okay. So we are here now. Let's start. You are working as an analyst for the game development company. So you're basically working for a company that develops computer games, and you're working for a game that is free to play. It's a free game, but this game has a new paid feature, and the product team is launching a marketing campaign for this new paid feature. So it's actually wants to for users who are using this game, who are playing this game for free, to use this paid feature. So the feature costs 1,000 rupees, and you want to understand what's the best solution, how to announce this feature first, and you create several websites, several landing pages, as we call it. Landing page number A is a landing page without any discount. Landing page number B is with a 10% discount, and landing page C gives 20% discount. So there are three separate landing pages for every option. And you show different users, different versions. So basically, 1/3 of users see a landing page without any discount, 1/3 use see landing page with 10% discount, and the last one sees a landing page with a 20% discount. So which landing page is better? You want to understand. So if you launch this feature, what landing page is going to be better? So first, before we start solving this and using SQL, and this is what every data analyst is actually doing, he tried to understand the problem. Because here you want to understand better in what way? What means better? Is it more beautiful, or it gets more users, or it gets more money? So what is better? And we have a way to understand this. You have a special metric that's called ARPU, average revenue per user. So basically, it means that we want to get as much money as possible from every user. So basically, the version that would get us the higher ARPU. So basically, this is a way for us to understand which one is better. So basically, what's the opportunity? So you can give a bigger discount, so many more people would buy. But if you give a bigger discount, people would pay less. So which one is better? So in order to answer this question, we need to use databases and use SQL. So basically, first, what you need to do? First, you need to go to the Metabase, ask a question. So you need to press ask a question, and you will see this screen, and you have to press native query. You have to press native query, you have to choose MySQL, and here you go. You are in a shoes of data analyst, and you need to actually go out there and do the analysis. So all the steps are actually in the guide, so please follow the guide. Okay, so let's dive right in. So our first assignment is to see what the data looks like. In order to do it, we use select star from the database log. So basically, the first database is called log, and in this database, we store all the visits. So every time a user visits any landing page, it is stored in a log dataset. Let's first go to the assignment number 1 and try to use this query. Try to see what the data looks like. Let's see. Here we go. So this is this query will show you the first 10 lines of the data. So you can go to the guide, copy this query and paste it to Metabase and press run. So how you do it? So if you have a oops. So how you do it? Okay. So in order to see, let's see what we got here. What we got here. So we see the data. We have several columns in the data. So in order to log in, you need to go to the guide, and there is all the information there. The guide link to the guide is pinned. So basically, what you see the date of the visit. So basically, when and when a user actually visited. So it's visit ID is identification of this user. So what user is it? It's his kind of number ID. So it's the landing page that he visited, A, B, or C, right? So this user came on 1st of January, and he actually visited landing page B. And also there is a user ID. So user ID is when this user created like an account in our CRM system. CRM system is a system where we keep users who wanted to pay. So if he initiated payment, so it's not just a free user, it's a user who wants to pay us money, then we create another account for him in another system called CRM. So this is means if there is a user ID, it means that this person initiated payment. He might pay it or not pay it. He might complete the payment or didn't complete the payment, but this user is actually created an account with us. So then let's move forward. So the second step is, and the second assignment is actually we want to show not all the columns, but only columns that we need. We want to show visit ID and landing page. So basically for this, we use another query. It's second query. We just SQL is really simple because it allows you just to name the column that you need after select. So you select visit ID and you select landing page from the database log, and you use limit 20 not to show all the data because there can be a lot of data. You can show only first 20 lines. You just press run query, and here you go. Here you go. It's very simple. You see, you don't have any data that you don't need. You have only visit ID and landing page, and you show first 20 lines. So this is how it works. So we did assignment number 2. Okay, so right now there is an assignment in which there is no code, and you can look after me, or you can try to solve it yourself. We need to show first 5 rows and display only information about the landing page and user ID and CRM system. So now we already know how to select only several columns. We know how to limit number of rows we want to show. So right now, let's write a query that shows first 5 rows and display only information about landing page and user ID. So basically, let's do the same. So we already have the information about landing page. So we delete this, log landing page, and we also need log UID, user ID. And we need to show only 5 lines. So we just need to modify our initial query and see, voila, here we go. So basically, we have first 5 lines over here, and it shows only information about landing page and information about user ID. You see, this one is a little bit funny because this person didn't actually create a paid account. So there is nothing here. Okay, so let's move forward. And now we more or less understand how to make very basic queries to the database. Next, let's go to another database called CRM, where we store all the data about the customers who wanted to pay us, right? So we do exactly the same. We show all the columns. To show all the columns, you use star. Star means all the columns. You don't have to choose the columns you want to show. If you want to see all the columns, you choose star. So we just select star from CRM limit 10. So you want to see 10 lines and all the columns from CRM database. Let's try to see this. And we press run. So this is the CRM table. It's another table. So basically, it's another system in which we store information about those users who initiated payment. So we have only two columns here, right? The first column is user ID. So it's identification of this user in CRM system. And there is a column paid. It means if this user paid or he didn't pay. So basically, if he paid, there is a true in the column paid. If he didn't pay, it's false. So you see that from the 10 first customers, 9 of them didn't pay, and the 10th he actually paid. So this is another table that we have. So I want to remind you our goal. Our goal is to actually find the ARPU. So basically, we need to understand what's the average revenue per every visit that we have. So now we have information about users who went to the landing page, and we have the information of users who started payment. Okay, now we have another assignment that shows 20 IDs of customers in CRM table without information, did they buy or not. So let's practice once again, selecting only the columns that we need. For example, we need only user ID. So we do this select user ID from CRM limit 10. And then we need to show first 20 customers. So it means that we need to limit 20. Show only 20 customers. We press run. And here we go. This is the IDs of the first 20 customers. Now we practice once again how we can select certain columns from a table. Now let's start analyzing. We now are a little bit familiar with the SQL. It's not so frightening. So let's try to get some interesting information. So first of all, let's find how many users are out there. How many users are in the log table. So in order to do this, there is a command called count. So count is the kind of command that can show you how many rows are there. So let's do its assignment number 6. We need to select count star. It means that we are counting all the columns. So from log. So you see, we don't limit. We don't use limit. So we need to have one number that shows how many rows are in the log table. So we have 1,000 rows. So it means we have 1,000 users who actually came to the landing page. Okay, so it is helpful. It means that we have 1,000 users in general. Now we need to understand how many users went to which landing page. So did we do a good job? Because if we do a good job with an experiment, more or less the same number of people should come to the landing page A, landing page B, and landing page C. So let's see how many people went to every landing page. In order to do this, we use a new powerful tool called group by. But before they do this, I actually, sorry, I forgot 2 assignments before we go there. Let's count number of users in CRM. in CRM table, because we'll try to practice a little bit more so you understand it better. So we change the table CRM, and we have 313 people who actually started payment. So we have 1,000 users who came to the landing pages and only 300 people who actually started payment. So, and then there is another assignment number 8. Count the number of user IDs in the log table. So basically, we need to count, in this way, now we only counted star. It means that we needed all the users. But as you see, not all the users actually started payment. So we need to understand if we have the right data. So to understand if we have the right data, we need to have the same number of people in the first table who started payment and created an account in CRM, and number of accounts in CRM in a second table. Let's see if it matches. We need to count user IDs from log. So basically, how many people started payment. Let's press run, and it's the same. So our data is good. So we are good to go. Okay, let's go to group by. So basically, there is a powerful tool that helps you see the information in certain angle. For example, we want to see not only people who just came to any landing page. We want to understand how many people went exactly to every landing page, to landing page A, landing page B, landing page C. So we have assignment number 9. There is a code right there. And let's see how it works. So we need a landing page, and we need how many people, count of people, right, who went to this landing page, count visit IDs for this landing page. And then we use group by one. So group by one allows you to group these users by landing page. Now, 1 is the first argument in the select. So group by 1. If we it's the first 1 means landing page here. So let's try to see how it works. Let's copy and paste it and press run query. And this is what we have. This is what we have. Actually, I have some questions. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So, okay. Limit 5 will show top 5 or bottom 5. So limit 5 will show first top 5 lines. How they are ordered in the data set. So we do not sort it in any way. So whichever first 5 are out there, limit 5 shows you the first 5. But if you sort the table in some way, you can show top or bottom in terms of like some column. So the logic flow that we're trying to follow. So, okay, so the logic flow is very simple. So we try to understand the average revenue per user. So in order to do that, we need to understand conversion rates. We need to understand the following. How many people actually came to every landing page? Then how many people from every landing page started payment? And how many people actually paid? So we need to follow this logic for every landing page and to see the conversion rate. It's called conversion rate from those who came to the landing page to those who paid. And since the price of the feature is 1,000 rupees, as we know it, then we know average revenue per user. If we actually kind of connect, if we multiply the price, right, of this paid feature to the conversion rate, we would know what's the average revenue per every user who arrives to this. Okay, Great. So let's move forward. So now we know how many users actually started this process, how many users arrived at every landing page. And we see that more or less our experiment was correct because we have the same, more or less the same number of users for every landing page. Since it's a random number, they can be exactly the same, but it's more or less the same. It means that we have a valid experiment here. Okay, let's move forward. And then let's count the number of registration in CRM per every landing page. So we know that not every person actually starts payment. Not every person creates account in CRM. And let's see how many people actually started, because we need payments. We do not need only visits. So it's important for us to understand how many people began payment. So in order to do this, we need count registration in CRM for every landing page. We already have, now we count visit IDs, but we need to count user IDs, UIDs. So, and by changing this, we will now see not visits, but registrations. Voila, here we go. Here we go. So we had 102 registration for landing page B, 113 for landing page C, and 98 for landing page A. It's not very useful because we have different number of registrations still, the different number of visits for every landing page. What we need right now is a conversion rate. We need a conversion rate from visits to registration. So this is the first useful metric that we're gonna get today. So how do we do it? We need to see two metrics side by side. So we need to see landing page, number of visits, and number of registrations. Okay, so let's do this. So how we're doing it? We do it like this. So we need to have two counts. So we need to count log visit ID and count log user ID. So in this way, we would see both visits and registration. Let's try to see how it works. Voila. So now it is much more useful that we see that in landing page B, we have 351 visitors, out of which 102 start payment. For landing page C, let me get you bigger. Okay. For landing page C, we have 324 and 113, and for landing page A, 325 and 98. So what we need now, we need to have one number that can compare these landing pages. It's called conversion rate. So conversion rate is like this. So you had 100%. So you need to kind of divide conversions to visitors. So this is a conversion rate and multiply by 100%. So how are we going to do it? We already have assignment 12 that actually shows you how it's done. So let's first, in assignment 12, we do not use group by. We just try to calculate general conversion rate. So the conversion rate for all the landing pages, like average conversion rate. Not to do it, we need to have all the user IDs, which is our conversions when people started registration, and all the visits. And let's try to do assignment 12, and we see one metric that actually show you the conversion rate for all the landing pages. So the general conversion rate is 31%.3. So this is a like average, but we don't need average, right? We need conversion rate for every landing page. So let's do it. So in order to do this, we need to add landing page, right? A log landing page, and have this number, conversion rate. We know how to count, and we need to add group by, that we already know. And so we group this conversion rate by landing page. And here we go. So we have like landing page B has a 29% conversion rate, landing page C has 34 conversion rate, and landing page A has 30% conversion rate. So you see, it's already becoming interesting. So as you remember, landing page A doesn't have any discount, landing page B has 10% discount, and landing page C has 20% discount. So you see how discounts affects our users. So basically, if we don't have any discount, and if we give 10% discount, so basically it doesn't really affect our people, our users. So you see, I see even a slightly bigger conversion rate without the discount than with discount. Since we're dealing with random numbers, it's more or less the same. It can be like a random effect, but still we see that for landing page C, conversion rate is much higher. So basically when you give 20% discount, users really kind of get motivated to use this feature, and we have a big bump in conversion rate. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, but the problem is that it's not enough for us to understand if people started to pay, right? We need to understand if they actually paid or they didn't pay. So in order to do this, we need to add data from another table. We need to join these two tables and to get one integral report about everything. So now we move to the next assignment. First, there's the assignment that asks you what column exists both in log and CRM table. So if you know it, please write it to the chat. What column exists both in log table and in CRM table? Oh, there is actually, while you're thinking about it, there is a question, what is group by one? So group by one means grouping by first first attribute in select. So you have several like columns you have in select statement, right? Here we have two columns. We have landing page and conversion rate. So we want to group by one. It means group by first column, and first column is landing page. So we want to group everything by landing page. So we want to see conversion rate by landing page. Okay, now we have an answer. So basically, yes, user ID is in both tables. So the next question is, because we want to understand how many people from every landing page paid. So we need to have the second conversion rate. So basically, what's the conversion rate from beginning of payment till the end of payment? So in order to do this, we need to use joins. We need to join these two tables, and this is a new powerful tool that we're gonna get acquainted today. So let's first see how it works. Let's first just join two tables without any analytics, and to see how we can join two tables, because we know that there is they have a common column. So we can, for example, go and join them by this column. Let's see how it's a little difficult to explain. It's much more easier to show. So let me do this. So we go to assignment number 15, and let's see how join works. So there is a basically select all the columns, and we take log and join CRM by user ID. So let's see how it goes. So here it is. Here it is. This is how it works. So first, these three columns, they go from four columns, actually. They go from log table, right? So we have a date, visit ID. It's like a lookup. Yes, it's like a lookup. That's absolutely correct. It goes to landing page, user ID, and then it finds this user ID in another table, and it shows the line that is matching here. So, and for this user, we see his status, if he paid and he doesn't pay. For example, there is another user who actually kind of went to the landing page B. He also started payment. So we find him in the CRM table and he actually paid. So we have actually all the information we need. And we have a third case for a person who actually went to landing page A, but he didn't started payment. So he does have user ID and we don't have information about him in the CRM table because he's not there. Okay, now we are ready to analyze because we have the whole picture about every user. We just now need to calculate second conversion rate. So we have the first conversion rate, if they started or not for every landing page. And now we need to calculate a second conversion rate. So let's try to do that. I will actually do this. Let's see. So it's assignment number 16. Let's see what the request is there. So what do we have here? I'm just copy and pasting it. So I try to gather all the information that we need. So what information do we need? First, we have a landing page. Then we have how many users were there. Then we have how many people got the registration, so they started payment, and how many people actually finished payment. So we have everything that we need. Now we can calculate the final conversion rate. So basically we need to calculate what's the conversion rate 1 and conversion rate 2. So base conversion rate 1, how many people started payment, and conversion rate 2, how many people paid. So let's do this. There is no code for it. I will have to do it myself. It's exciting. So let's calculate. First, we need to calculate kind of conversion rate 1. We already did it, right? So in order to do it, we need to divide registrations, right? Count log user ID. 2 visits, log count log visit ID, and multiply it by 100. So we get percentage. Now, then we need to calculate, and this will be as a conversion rate 1. We can do like this in SQL. It doesn't matter how many lines do you have. It will be much better. So we have CRM paid is a number of people who actually paid, and we need to calculate conversion rate number 2. How to do it? We need to divide how many people paid to how many people got registrations. So how we do it? 100% to count CRM paid, right? To count CRM or log, it's the same because there were two. Let's log user ID. Because this column was the same in both. And now we'd have the second kind of conversion rate. Let's see how it goes. This is all the information we need. So you see, landing page B, 351 people arrived. 102 started registration, so the conversion rate is 29%. 9 people paid, and the conversion rate in payments, we actually have to set conversion rate 2, so it's more beautiful. We change how it looks. Conversion rate 2 is 8%. So we have everything we need. Now we need to calculate RPU. So RPU, what is RPU? RPU is actually total conversion, right, from beginning to end, and the value of the feature and the price, actually, right? So so basically we need to calculate total conversion rate. So in order to do it, we need to multiply it two conversion rates and actually multiply it by 100 because we need to have we multiply it two times by 100, so it's just a mathematical thing. So let's try to calculate. We can actually calculate it by hand now. So it's so for the first one, it's 2906 by 2906, right? By 882. When we did to kind of divide it by 100, so it will be it's much easier to do. Yeah, it's not so. Yeah, let's do it properly. So let's first calculate normal total conversion rate, and it will be much easier for us. So total conversion rate will be. So this is the first conversion rate. This one is conversion rate in the registration. We have to multiply it by conversion rate in payment, and we need to multiply it by 100. And this will be as a total conversion rate total. It will be much easier for us to calculate it. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Here, need to use this. So here is the total conversion rate. So basically, as you see, we're doing it live, and in the kind of every analyst kind of job role, he has a lot of mistakes and has a lot of things he needs to correct. He needs to find where the mistakes have been. So we have a total conversion rate. So basically, total conversion rate is 200 is 2%, 2.5% for landing page B. It's 5% for landing page C with 20% discount, and 3.3% in the landing page A. So now the last thing that we have is to understand RPU. So in order to calculate RPU, we can do it by hand, not to have like a big query. So basically, for landing page A, the price was 1,000 rupees because we don't have any discount, and we multiplied by 3.38%. So actually, and divide by 100. So the RPU is 33.8, right? So this means for every user who came to landing page A, we earn 33 rupees. So let's calculate the same for landing page B. So for landing page B, we have 10% discount. So these people paid only 900 rupees, and the conversion rate is even lower, so it should be much worse. 256. It's only 23 rupees for every person who went to landing page B. And if we go and talk about landing page C with the highest discount, so the conversion rate is much higher over there. Some people were much more motivated to buy. And even with the lower price, we got more money for every user. So if we run this experiment, we see that so the best way is to give a bigger discount. We earn the most money, actually. So the second best option is not to give any discount. And if you give like something in the middle, it's like much worse. So basically, this is a end-to-end analyst problem that we have really raw data in the database, and we analyze it and we summarize it. And in the end, we realized that which option is the best. And this is typically what data analysts do. So this is a job of a data analyst, is to work with this data, is to write SQL queries, to ask questions, and to give recommendations. So our recommendation to the product team, we go back to the product team and say, hey guys, so the best way is to give a landing page with a bigger discount, you will earn most money. So this is it for our practice session. Thank you so much for being and repeating after me. It's really great. And then this is, I think, it. There is a question, what if I want to get user ID attribute only one time? I don't know why, because we have it like in both tables, so we can use it in any table. We can take from log or we can take it from CRM. It doesn't matter because we join these two tables on this attribute. Okay, thank you so much, guys. So now I'm sharing my screen. I want to pass the mic back to Roman. Thank you so much for your effort. So you did really great. I'm really proud of you, and I see a lot of people actually repeat it after me. So great job, guys.
That's really cool, guys. Thank you very much for participation, and I think that you have just received like a deep dive into how the basic data analyst day look like. So, how can you start then a career in data analytics with no experience? Your main enemy is your fear, because you can learn coding very fast under their guidance, and you do not need to know completely everything about Python, about R, or something like that. You only need the skills that are required to become a successful data analyst. So that's why we built a coding course inside our data analyst course. So coding for analytics is much easier than coding for developers. So if you are if you know some kind of engineers or developers, and you consider them as a very clever guys who knows tons of formulas, data, and so on. Actually, for becoming a successful data analyst, you need only a very small part of it. So you do not need to know like how the engine of the car works to drive the car. You just need to know some traffic rules and how to drive. So that's why the coding skills are not required to start, but we will teach you with code. It's very simple for us because we have more than 20,000 students in Russia and in Europe. We will teach you on also with the basic statistics, so you can be sure that you can interpret all the data with yourself. And under our supervision, you will learn a math that you need to become a successful data analyst in 3 months. So the main fears that we usually deal with is, I cannot code, I don't have a technical expertise. So you do not need to know a code to become a successful data analyst. Only need just to jump in our course, and that will be fine. The second question, the second fear is usually, I do not know math. I wasn't good at math at school. Actually, this is also okay. I wasn't good at math at school as you. So there's no problem, because we will teach you math that you need for becoming a data analyst from scratch. So here are several stories about students that will help you to understand what we offer to you better. For example, we have a student whose name, say, Ajay. He has studied at Chennai Mathematical University, and his father was an engineer, and he wanted Ajay to become an engineer too. But Ajay didn't like coding. He looked for professions that required no coding skills and no mathematics knowledge. But he would not like to. He would like his father to be upset. So during the college, he signed up for the course, He signed up for the course, and today he is the senior data scientist at IBM. So he and his father, of course, is very proud of him. So here's the story of Ajay. The second story is the story of Dinesh, because all his family members were doctors. He went to the University College of Medical Science, but he didn't want to be a doctor at all. And imagine how often our parents push us to study the field that we are not likely to join. So Dinesh started studying data analytics in his free time using our 6 monthly courses. And finally, he dropped the college. His father was very angry with him, but Dinesh didn't give up and joined the pharma company as data analyst. As we said previously, there are much of data in pharma field. So during several experiments, he discovered some regularity in data that they gathered in their experiments, and helped his pharmaceutical company to develop the cheaper anti-malaria or sort of that pill. I don't know, I don't remember actually what it was, but still, so data helps the whole industries, and there are so much demand for data specialists in the market in India and outside of the India, especially in the United States and in Silicon Valley, because there are tons of data that e-commerce, that retailers, that entertainment companies proceed on a daily basis. So that's why that makes the data analytics among the most demanded profession in the IT world. So the common question, how much do data analysts make? So you can start from 20 to 40 lakhs, and the average data analyst salary in India is about 427,000 rupees per annum. So you can double check it using all job boards that you have. And as the internet industry developed rapidly, that's why there's more and more need in data analysts, because there's so much data in the world that it takes almost eternity, I think, to analyze all of it. And you need the data right now. Every business needs data to make a right decision, because if you make a decision that are not based on data, then it's an alchemistry, not a business at all. So yes, here's several screenshots about how much can data analysts earn, but you can check it by yourself using all job boards that you have in your pocket. So we have our 6-month course that can teach you data analytics from scratch, and it is right now it's one of the easiest and the best way to enter to the IT world. And there are so many opportunities for you further. You can become a product manager, you can become a marketing manager, you can become a data analyst, and of course you can become the data scientist. And the data scientist, as you know, is the sexiest job in the 21st century, and that's very cool, because we have our own podcast. You can find it in our you can find it in Spotify or in Apple Music or in Google Podcast. And we invited there several bright minds from Indian data science companies, and we usually ask them questions about what is the best path to become a data scientist, to get a well-paid job, not only in India. And almost all of them answered us that the best way to become a data scientist is to become a data analyst first. So you take the course, you become data analyst, then you spend like 1 or 2 years of working, and after that you can transfer. You get after that you can understand the course of data science, because data science is a very complicated course for freshers. It's much more complicated than data analytics. But once you have your certificate about data, with your certificate that you have passed the data analyst course, now you can simply get a job in the IT field, in the data field, and we will help you to do this, because we have our career center that is built internally in our company. And after that, it is simply for you to get to become a data scientist. So data science is a big industry, but it is very hard to enter this field. And data analysts and becoming a data analyst is the best way to make it. What makes Coding Invaders different from our competitors? We focus on practice. So you will have a simulator and 10 real projects with real data that you will use for practice. You can start from scratch, so no math or coding experience required. It is cheaper and shorter compared to other courses on the market, and it's employment oriented. So we are employment oriented, and let me clarify how it works. This course is developed in collaborations with hiring managers. So the first thing that we made when we entered the Indian market was negotiation with different hiring managers and the companies that will be your future place of work. So that was the step zero for us. So because we know that you do not need an education. You need a career perspective, and you need to get a job. So that's why we are not just showing you videos and make you pass our simulators, solving different cases and so on. We are prepare you for a job, and we guarantee you with a job. So our career center will directly connect you with an Indian and international employers and will help along the way. So we will help you to build your own CV. We will help you to create the best pitch for the interview. And after successful graduation, you will get a job in 3 months, or you will get 100% refund. We are proud of our course, and we are confident about our educational content. That's why we made such a promise. That's why we are ready to completely refund you if you will not get a job, and we sign an agreement with you of that. You can double check it with our experts, with our sales team. They will tell you the same. So our hiring partners right now is Freshworks, Dream11, Tiger Analytics, and Angel. And our alumni work at Metro Cash and Carry, Procter & Gamble, Cisco, Denon, Fortin, Johnson & Johnson, and so on. As I said, we have 20,000 students in Russia and in Europe. We are currently a very big company in Russia, the biggest AI, machine learning, data science, and data analytics educational platform. We have our training team that is built internally. So we have success coaches. It's a person who monitors your activity, follow you up if you are inactive, push you to do your homework, and notify you that the next lesson is available. We have our mentors. We gathered the brightest minds from Indian IT companies to help you to understand the content of this course. So they will conduct major projects and competitions. And as I said before, we are practical oriented. So that's why you will you will study on the cases that based on real data. So you can add these cases to our portfolio. Our lecturers are always with you. So they will answer your questions. They will check and help you with your homework. There will be a lot of homework, actually, for you to become, because we would like to bring the successful and job-ready specialists on to the market. And of course, technical support that can solve some technical issues. Let me tell you one interesting story. My father, who is from Rajasthan 40 years ago, decided to become an engineer. So there was no place in India that can help him. So he becomes study really well and become #1 student in his state that allows him to travel to Russia and become an engineer there. So he studied in a Russian university because there was no possibility of making it in India. So, and right now, guys, you can learn almost every profession just sitting with your laptop or with your desktop. And let's say a few words about me, because it takes me 8 years to become a marketing manager. I was working in Citibank as a sales guy in a call center. I was selling credit cards by the phone, and my dream was to become a marketing manager, but nobody offers me any kind of practice-oriented education with work guarantee. So I made many interviews, and everybody told me that no, sorry, you do not have right experience. So see you later. And it was really harsh for me. It was really hard times because I would like to become a marketing manager, and nobody allows me to do this. So and for me, everything that is currently happening in the education market is right a miracle, because if somebody told me 8 years ago, then hey, you can just pass a course and become a marketing manager, it will be like a miracle for me, because for me it took 8 years and 6 career transfers to make this, to become a marketing manager. Thanks God, right now I'm responsible for marketing. So that's very cool. That's very cool, and that's very inspiring for me right now to be the part of this kind of education process. The progress made this miracle come true, because right now you can right now you do not need like to study like 6 or 8 years for your profession. Of course, in some industries it is still required, for example, to become a doctor, to become an engineer. But in data analysis, all you need is placed in our course, because we developed we developed this program of course and agreed the program of course with hiring managers, because when we started to negotiating with them, they told us, hey guys, so how can you prove to us that the specialists that you will bring to us will be suitable for our position? They will be clever guys. They will have all necessary requirements, and they will have all necessary practical skills. So, and I told them, and Alexander told them also that, hey guys, just look at our program. So we localized this program, and we have shown this program to them, to clarify that we teach people with the job ready skills, and we developed together an examination and test, so they can check your skills, and our homework will make you a really cool specialist. So that's fantastic. So what about how it works actually? You leave a request on the website. Here is the link. You can see it on our chat. So it's just a request. It's not a sales or something like that. You can just leave your request and make a phone call with our experts. If the information that we provided with you during our webinar is not full, so please kindly contact with our expert. I bet they do everything to make you clear about your decision. So you can ask them any type of questions, just like you do on our chat, but by phone. Then you need to pay for a course. So you can choose installment plan using EMI, or you can just pay once. That's we developed this for you to be more useful from our side. Then study begins. You study, we help you. We have many community managers, mentors, and coaches that will lead you through the course. So we will not leave you alone one-on-one with the difficult tasks, with the difficult homeworks. We will help you on your way. Then you have a final projects, and after you have protect your final projects, after examination, you will receive a new profession. We will help you and do our best to guarantee your job placement. And we're not worried about this, because there are so many vacancies that are opened with good salary, and we have our career center, and main goal of these guys is to help you to get a job. So at the end of the course, you will have a certificate. The certificate is completely in English, so it will prove your skills not even in India, but also in the US and in the Europe. And there are, as I said before, there are really huge demand on data scientists in the United States, and the guys and the companies in the United States, they really like Indian data analysts and data scientists, because they know that they have passion to learn. They know that the Indian education is really good, and so the demand is really high. And right now, because of the pandemic, the borders are closed, but you can work from everywhere. So you can sitting with your laptop, like being in India, being everywhere, even on Maldives Islands or a sort of that, and working as a data analyst and receive offers from all over the world. And this is the one track, yes, so you can get a job. The second track is that you can post your portfolio in the Upwork or in any freelancer's website, and you can get the offers from yourself. So you can work as a person, or you can build your own business in data industries. And as I said before, the demand is huge. So you will also receive portfolio with real projects, and of course we will make you acquaintance in the IT industry, including employers. And we will also show you what is the basic daily routine of data analyst looks like. So we will introduce, we will teach you how to work with Kaggle, how to use different communities of data analysts, because there is a very strong community actually in data analysts, and there are many interesting challenges between data analysts and between data scientists, and you can participate. You could participate it being everywhere. So here is the price for the course: 7,000 rupees per month with 12 months EMI. And if you would like to pay the full amount, the price is 84,000 rupees. And this is with the 20% discount rate. So if you can reserve it now, let's do this. And for webinar participants, guys, thank you very much that you have listened to our webinar. Thank you very much for you have participated in the practical part. That if you understand the practical part, then you will get, then our education for you will be much easier. But if you not understand the practical part, no worries. Actually, the first time I've seen this practical part, I thought, like, wow, I completely know nothing about what is going on. But it's okay. It's okay. So if I studied data analysts, if I studied data analytics, then I think that everyone can do this, because I wasn't good at maths. I didn't know statistics well, and so on. But it pushed me to study data analytics because I was a marketing manager, and the data analysis is a required skill to become a marketing manager right now, because all you do in the internet in terms of marketing requires data. And there are so many fields in the world that requires data, like oil, chemistry, healthcare, banking, retail, entertainment, and so on. So data analyst, why I like this course, data analyst, because it's the really easiest step to become to enter the IT world. Yes, it is much easier than becoming an engineer. It is much easier than become a data scientist. It is much easier to become it is much easier to become, I don't know, like system architecture or so on. So right now there is a possibility to do this before the price raising. So it's really that's really cool. You can just click on the link that you see in our chat, and then you will receive an additional discount that will help you to save 30% or 30% of our course. And of course you will like it will pay you off, I think, in like 2 or 3 months of your new job. So that's amazing. As I always say, if somebody told me 8 years ago that amazing path, it's an amazing step to the IT world. And what else I would like to say, that there is another fear, that there's a fear of making a first step for every people that would like to enter the new field, the new industry, and so on. So everybody is afraid of making first step because they compare themselves with a kind a very experienced guy, with kind of clever mathematically oriented guy from the conferences, that works as a data scientist and so on. But guys, do not compare yourself with the professionals. Compare yourself with the beginners. These confident guys that tell you something about data analysts. He was a fresher. He was a fresher like you, and he decided to make a first step and to change his life entirely and to enter the data field. And that's very cool. That's really very cool because actually the main fear is the fear of making a first step, is fear to escape from a comfort zone. But you know, this is not an escape from comfort zone, because we developed our course. We understand that all of you are very busy people, and most of you have work, have full-time job. So that's why we decided not to post our lessons like every day. So in a comfort way, like 2 and sometimes 3 times a week, we will post lessons for you, so you can compare it with your full-time job. So it will not require to spend like several days. It will not require you to move somewhere, to enter a boot camp, and so it is completely online, because we live in an online world. And right now, even you can teach online even surgery. Yes, we really have such online courses. I've seen such online courses from my colleagues in Russia. So what is inside the box? So what is the format of our course? Our platform contains videos, screencasts, recording of lessons with the teachers, text materials, exercises of different formats. And there was a question, will it be live? So we really will do live webinars with the teacher on the analysis of cases and projects, so you can cooperate with them, you can interact with our teachers. We believe that the mix of pre-recorded videos and live sessions is the better way to understand all this data. So the structure of our program is based on the integration of simulators and cases. So you will practice your skills on simulator, Google Tables, Python, SQL, and you will solve cases using the acquired knowledge and skills. The process. The schedule is posted on the platform. A new lesson opens once in a week. The questions can be asked in Slack. It's the messenger. It's a messenger where you will be cooperate and communicate with our teachers. So questions can be asked in Slack. Answers are given by the support team, mentors, curators, and fellow students. We believe that teaching in a community is a better way than teaching one-on-one, because you have like a competitive mode. You can find your future colleagues, your future partners, your future employers, even during the course. So maybe some of our students would like to make their own agency, and you will be like a co-founder or a partner in it. So everything is happened, and we have so many cases in Russia where we really did a lot of amazing things in terms of our students and in terms of our education. We have so inspiring cases of our students. For example, we had a student that was a conductor. There was a conductor in orchestra. Yeah, imagine that. He was a conductor in orchestra, and this guy decided to completely change his life and become a data analyst, and that was really cool. We have the 16-year-old guys, we have a 60-year-old man, and that's why we tested this course to be like I don't know how to say it, to be for everyone. So even a housewife or a bus driver or a security officer can easily enroll it and start studying. So what we will study? We will study training analytical thinking. So end-to-end course, 5 hours per week, 12 complex analytics projects, 48 cases for all stages of working with data, individual and group work. We will teach you with Google Tables for data analysis training simulator. It's a simulator course, 3 weeks, 4 hours per week. There will be also a model for advanced users. So we will teach you with data analysis and visualization, because visualization is a very important part, because you need to transform your data into decision. To make a decision, you need to visualize your data. You will pass like 240 exercises in terms of their Google tables for data analysis, because Google actually is the best way to analyze the data, to analyze the simple data. So then, of course, on each model, you will have to you have a possibility to ask questions to experts. So database and SQL training simulator, what we have there. So we will teach you. So you will teach yourself, sorry, using simulator course, 3 weeks, 4 hours per week, but you will have an opportunity to ask training questions to experts. And we will select an external tools for additional practice. And overall, there will be 240 exercises and 6 modules sorted by complexity. The Python for data analysis simulator. This is the thing, because there were many questions about will you teach us code? Yes, we will. We will teach you with the Python. There will be 480 exercises and 16 modules, from introduction to programming to working with API, and we will provide you with all necessary Python skills that is required to become a great data analyst. So statistics. There was one question in this webinar from a guy that was interested in statistics. What if I do not know statistics at all? No problem, guys. We have developed the special model for it. So it will be handled for 6 weeks, 4 hours per week. There will be 12 models, 400 exercises, and of course, possibility to ask questions to experts. And building reports in BI systems. What is BI systems? BI means business intelligence systems. It's the systems that help you to to gather your data, store it, and visualize it. So Microsoft Power BI is the one of the powerful visualizator system in the world. So we teach you how to connect the data sources, because the data of customers usually stores in several programs: website analytics, customer management system, CRM system, advertising cabinet, and so on. So you need to connect all these sources of the data to make a data warehouse, and then to connect a visualizator. Sorry for maybe being too complicated for you, but I would like to explain you what does that mean. So, and you need this to visualize all the data that you have in the company. So this is the one of the first steps that you do once you become a data analyst. So here are some cases from our lessons. First one: imagine that you work as a marketing analyst for an e-commerce store that sells doors. Users enter the website and leave a request with a phone number if they are interested in some doors. The sales manager then contacts this person, and the final sale takes place. The company has recently entered the market and is now building online channels to promote its product. The common sense, actually, the common case. You are a member of the online customer engagement team, and you have to increase the efficiency of this channel. So your task will be to improve the effectiveness of context advertising using Google Ads. It's actually the task that is a bit similar to what Alex has shown you today. Here's the case too. You are still working on an online door sales company. Now you will try your hand as a product analyst. The company's business is going up. The revenue is increasing month by month. Why does this happen, and how do our users influence it? And these are questions that you will have to answer to understand how the company's product revenue has changed and why. And the tools that you will use is Google Sheets. So there are so many cases where data analysis can be used. It is a blood analysis. It is a farm learnings. It is marketing, financial management. It is entertainment. It is even in cricket there are so much data that usually trainers and players analyze before making a strategic decision. So that's why I bet that with skills in data analyst, you will not have any any chances not to get a job, and we will do our best to help you to do this. And I have some questions in chat. Hey, please, could you repair the average salary? Yeah, thank you. The average salary is about 400,000 rupees per annum. And of course, if we are talking about working outside of India, for example, in the United States, you can multiply it by 2 or 3. What's your name? My name is Raman Kumar Vyas. Yes, as I said before. How much is it for a 6-month course? For 6-month course, the price is 84,000 rupees and 7,000 rupees per month for 12 months EMI. So, and right now we will have an additional 10% discount. So totally with 30% discount, you can enroll our course by the end of the day right now. So what is other question? When will be the next session? Yeah, we usually provide some sessions. Usually we do it like every week, or maybe we can make it sooner. It depends, actually. It depends on our capacity. And soon we will upload also some free videos on our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, so stay tuned and subscribe and follow our YouTube channel, because we will post some very useful videos to help you to go deep into the data analytics field. Can we get work from home jobs as well with good pay? Yes, actually, yes. That's really how it works right now. You do not need to be in the office being a data analyst, because the data is stored usually in somewhere in the cloud. So all your future employer need to do is to share an access to you, and then you can operate from any part of the world, even like from Russia, from Ireland, from United States, and so on. And that's cool, and that's really cool. And the pandemic actually made us to make a big step forward. So right now you don't need to go to office. You can be with your family. You can sit at home and work and receive the good salary. So what's the last amount that we need to pay for the course? The last amount, so you need like to make a 10% discount of 7,000 rupees per month, so it will be 6,300. Or if we are talking about the full course price, so it will be like 76,000, around that. What else? Now, yeah, unlimited Q&A session. So ask us anything you want about career, education, etc. And please leave your request, and my team, please. You can see the link. You can see the link that is pinned in our chat. So you can use this link. Explain the difference between the courses data science and data analytics. Yeah, of course, Vishnu, very good question, because I understand most people do not know the difference between courses. So the course of data scientist is built for more experienced people, because it is very hard for a person to study data science from scratch. So the best way, as I said before, the best way to enter the data science field is to study data analytics first. You can ask these questions to any kind of data scientist. They will tell you the same. So you need to study data analytics first, then you need to get like a 1 year of work, then you can understand the data scientist course, and after that you can get a job in data science field. So this is actually the best career path. So as you data science create models based on data, and data analytics analyzes the data and come back to managers with a business decision. Is there any scholarship kind of tests for the course? Would you be so kind to clarify what is scholarship kind of test? Because we have many tests, we have homeworks, and we will have an examination test in the end of the course. Hi, I'm not graduate, so after completing the course, will I get a job? Yes, of course. So graduation actually means nothing for IT world. You can ask any employers about that. All that you need to get a job is practice, and all you need to get a job is skills. So we teach you with the skills. Yes, we will teach you, and we will provide you with practice, with tons of practice, and our practice based on real projects, not on theoretical data, not on like data that we have imagined or sort of that. So we are practical oriented guys, because we believe and we know that for future employers there is they not require freshers who just have seen several videos. They required real well-prepared guys, and we decided to build this course with our hiring partners to bring on the market the guys with the job ready skills. So your graduation is not needed for us, and nobody will check it. Nobody will check it, and it's not required to get the job ready skills in data analytics, because all you need, we will teach you from scratch with maths, with statistics, with Python, the programming language, with SQL, with different platforms. So please ask a question, guys. We have an unlimited question and answer session right now. So if you have any kind of question, please ask me. If I don't understand the topics in one time, can I attend the course second time? Yes, I definitely think you can do this, but we are starting from scratch. We're starting from the basic Excel formulas, like multiply, like how to merge cells, how to I don't know, how to use simple functions. So we start from scratch. So I don't think that there is a possibility for you not to understand this, because we make it really simple. Because our main goals was to give all types of people, no matter of gender, race, personality, skills, background, and ability to enter the IT market. So I do not actually believe that you will not understand the topics. Maybe you will have difficulties because it is in English. If you have like not basic level of English, I think this can be one restriction. But overall, actually, it is not complicated. It is not complicated, and it is very logic. So you do not need to learn, you do not need to learn things by heart, like you're learning poems or sort of that. You just need to understand how it works. How to find freelance jobs as data analyst? Oh, that's very cool question. To find a job, to find a freelance job, you need to register on the Upwork or on the Fiverr. This is two platforms. One is currently based in the United States, and second is developed by Israeli team. This is the biggest freelance platforms in the world that connect freelancers from any type: marketing managers, designers, data analysts. You can right now type it in the Google Upwork.com and see the data analysts, and see what is the price for their services. So this is one of the part you can and that's a very cool thing, actually, because you can work in a company, and you can also take a freelance. You can also take a freelance offers, and that's great because it doesn't restrict your salary in any way. So there are so much demand, in data analysts, guys. Imagine there are more than 1 million vacancies, 1 million positions that are currently opened in the world. So, and there are no borders for this. So you can really sit at your home, at your village, in your town, and work for Microsoft, I don't know, IBM, for Amazon, and so on, because they grow, these companies, they grow so rapidly, and the data that they gather is increased day by day, is in geometry progression. So that's why they are constantly in need of great data analytics guys. So is there any conditions for 100% job guarantee? The only condition is to pass our course, to finish our course, and then you have 3 months. These 3 months you work with our career center, very close, and we help you to get a job. We find your employers. We train you for the interview. We help you with your pitch about yourself and about your skills. We will help you to create your CV so it can be good for employers. So there will be only the data that he would like to watch and to explore. And we will completely train you how to get a job in data analysts. So we have 3 months. We have 3 months after our courses, but you know, actually, the most of our students, I mean, in Russia, in the Europe, receive work in first month. So they're really, guys, there are really very huge demand on this profession, really, because every business has data, and every CEO of the business need data to make a right decision. If the business made decision that is not based on data, then it can simply stop operating, and that's the truth. So is there any salary limitation? Take Jay. No, the salary limitation. There is no salary limitation, of course, if we are talking, because there are several career paths. So you can start with data analyst, and then depending on your skills, depending on your passion, you can transform into a product manager, because the product manager is the people who is responsible for profitability of a product, and he need to make a decision based on data. You can become a marketing manager, and as I see, the best marketing managers come from data analysis, because marketing is data right now. Marketing is based on data. So the third one, you can become a manager. So you can manage a team of data analysts. You can then become to data director, and then you can switch to IT director. Yes, and there is no limit in salary. You can also switch your path to data to become a data scientist, and that's really very cool way to upgrade your skills and to upgrade your salary. And the data scientist is one of the most demanding profession in the world right now. So and there is no salary limitation, because, as I said before, during your work, you can take a freelance offers, and you can if you would like, you can work on the weekends, and then you can like double your salary or sort of that. So I don't think there is actually any salary limitation, and it's like, that's a real that's a really cool way to become a data analyst, and it's a really good first step for everybody to become a data scientist. So guys, thank you very much for your questions. If you have any kind of questions, please do not hesitate to answer them. And I see, wow, thank you very much. I've just seen a notification from my team that there are many requests right now, and that's very cool, guys. That's really very cool that you leave your request. So tomorrow our expert will call you to clarify all you need to know about our course. If there are any question about the course, you can ask them with our you can ask them our sales managers. Is all places are available for work? What do you mean? What do you mean by places? I think if you mean locations, then yes, every kind of locations. You can work from any type of location. if I couldn't join this time, when will I can join? I don't know actually. You can just leave your request and book this price for you. And this is not necessary like to buy it right now, but you need to like leave request so we can see you in our system and we can remember you and give you this type of prices, because the price will get high, I guess. So you can freeze it for yourself. I'm Prussian BBA. Can I get into data analysts? Yes, guys. As I said before, there is no restrictions for you to become a data analyst. We have cases when 16-year-old guy started studying data analyst, and by his 17, he already started doing freelance on Upwork, and that was very cool because by the 18 years old he started to work as a data analyst, and by 20 years old he started being a data scientist, and that's amazing. It was a 20-year-old guy, and he wasn't be like the cleverest guy in the room. He just has passion to learn. He would like to get a job in the perspective sphere. So I'm very interested in coding, but I have no experience in coding as I'm doing arts degree, but I'm interested in coding and data analyst. That's cool, actually, Vishnu. I'm on your side because we're on the same page, because I'm a marketing manager. Yes, my main goal is like to create various channels and strategic schemes of how to attract customers, but I would like to switch to data analyst too, and that's cool because data really needs okay, guys, let me tell you one thing. If you have a data skill set, then you will then like any time of your life you should be sure that you will get a job because there is so much demand on data analysts. And even that's very cool that you have no experience in coding, because we teach coding from scratch. If you had an experience, it will be boring for you. So we will teach you how to code in very basic level, and then we will upgrade and upgrade and upgrade your skill. So that's cool. That's cool that you have no coding experience. We developed this course especially for people who has no skills in coding, no math experience, and no statistics knowledge. So guys, thank you very much. You are awesome. That was very nice to meet you, everybody. It was very nice to interact with you. Please don't hesitate to ask our admins any questions. Please please join our course. There are not very many places left, so join today to book a special offer discount for you. And I hope that we will see you in the course, because I'm also in the Slack chat, so I will interact with students by myself, and you can ask me any kind of question. So thank you very much, guys, for being here today, and see you. Have a great day.